Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Play Slay the Spire. Dare I? Dare I play Ascension mode on the February 1st, 2018 build? We haven't been doing very well lately. I think we want a random rare card, double tap. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. I think we maybe been playing well, but we haven't been succeeding. And it's probably a stretch to say that we've been playing well. I almost prefer to like, we don't want to get two problems here. We haven't been really holding it down from a deck construction aspect, but I think we've been doing okay with respect to like our performance in the game. We're getting better, like we're getting more consistent. Ascension mode is throwing me for a loop from time to time, and just the adjusted parameters sometimes are just enough. Oh, you're very lucky. I'm gonna let you hit me for 4. I'm gonna kill you next turn. Maybe I should have let you hit me for 7, but we only need 2 attacks to kill this guy anyway, and we more than got it. I'm not looking too down on myself. I mean, we make mistakes in this game. We've been a lot better about it lately, though. I do like Thunderclap. It's Wild Strike in a Perfected Strike build, sure. Apart from that, I think Vulnerable on AoE is really the way to go. Enemies are... we don't really need anything else here. Single enemies, we can usually take them as the Ironclad early on. It's the AoE stuff that really becomes a problem for us. I'm going to let you hit me for 6. And if we're going to do it that way, we might as well do a double tap bash, because the second bash is going to hit you for 12. That's 18 damage with 4 vulnerable. We should heal up to max, and you should be dead next turn. We need like 3 attacks still, but... this... I mean, it's 9-9, yeah, so you're definitely dead. We could have thunderclapped twice, or we could have struck twice. I still don't like this as a potion, to be honest. Or not fire, but ancient. I don't like the ancient potion that much, to be honest with you. Draw is really nice, so is self-selecting or scrying or whatever, but we'll take Pommel Strike here, and I don't think we dislike this. I think if we have the money, we should go to the shop. And out of these... of course you love Clash. I think it's really big. I don't want to, sound like I know what I'm talking about when I really don't. But I have gotten comments from people that are complaining, not about me for once, but about other people playing the game and saying, oh, everybody, when they play the Ironclad, all they want to do is play Clash decks. I think I'm going to let you hit me. Or maybe I might actually use my block potion this time. So I'm going to hit you with like a bash, and then a pommel. And then I'm going to take the block potion, and I'm going to pass turn. I get it, Clash decks are strong, and I'm not going to stay away from Clash just because I want to be like the people's champion, you know what I mean? But I'd rather remove a strike than add a Clash at our first shop, just because if we take a Clash, it tells you what you're going to get for the rest of the run, more or less. It tells you you're going to get Clashes over and over and over, probably. So, I mean, if they start showing up now, I'm not going to say no. I do like armaments. I think I'd rather fight the elite and then rest here. And when we rest here, I'd prefer to not actually rest. I'd prefer to spend, I think we go for it. If we get Bash, which we didn't, I would have just taken the energy potion. We'll upgrade armaments probably, because we can play that as a defend and just make our cards that much better. I'm making mistakes in my game, but I don't think that's one of them. So we usually race this guy. I'm going to hit him with 2 bashes. He's going to remain vulnerable for the rest of his natural life. We're going to take a nasty hit, but it's not too bad. I think I'd prefer to not take a huge hit this time. Try something like that. Now, it looks like we're a little bit behind the curve here, and we sort of are. But next turn, we're going to hit you for all we got, and we can always use a fire potion if we have to make the difference up at some point anyway. We'll start with a pommel and see how things look. I'm going to use an energy potion right now. I'll double tap the bash and then hit you with a thunderclap. So I can probably get you next turn. I can definitely get you if I use the fire potion, and I'm probably guilty of not using potions enough, so it could be worth it. I think we'll do 24 damage if we get 3 strikes. Wow, okay. You force my hand. It's better than a regen potion to just knock him out of the system there. Regular enemy combat's no longer encountered in question mark rooms. That's actually pretty good. I will take a second armament, so we're not going to get a question mark combat here. I will gain gold to lose HP. I don't want to go to the shop. The shop is just like way too dangerous because it's surrounded by elites. Pardon me. I've been like recording a lot, and it's the flu season. Oh, whenever you exhaust a card, get a random colorless card. We can now go for an exhaust synergy, I think. Anger the mushrooms? It was either anger or get a curse. I'll take anger. 3 of them, though. This is a new encounter, I think. It's the wrong armaments, so I almost don't even want to play it. Gonna knock out... Whoa. No, this was stupid. I thought I was being smart, but I was actually being dumb. Yeah, because I was like, oh, he should have played armaments, but that's fine because it does upgrade a card and give you value twice, but we could have just killed that guy instead. The bright side is we do put up some block, but yeah, we didn't get as much leverage on that turn as I was looking for. So we definitely want this, and then you have to die. We will be made vulnerable, which is horrible, but we're gonna take 11 damage. Yeah, we're gonna need to rest pretty soon. We've mishandled this encounter, and it's gonna set us back, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna kill us. It just sets us back. 8 damage, followed by 9 plus. Oh, that's not gonna kill you. So I think. Let me think. If we do 8, you would be down to 15. This isn't gonna do 15. No way on earth does it do 15. So I think I strike plus. Defend. We'd really still prefer to take as little damage as possible, and we'll ride out our vulnerability, even though we're just gonna get it again on the next turn. You're only hitting for 10, which is not that bad. Ah, right, yeah. Disregard. Even instead of the armaments, I'm gonna let you hit me for 7. Now I'm looking like, oh lord. We got a lot of basic combat. Remember, you heal as this guy, so you don't have to worry about it as much as you would as most other characters. Let's put up some block. And then I'm like, can I kill you? I don't think so. I don't think anything's gonna get me there. So I'll hit you once there, and then I'll smack you around a bit. We're gonna get hit for another 10. We set the tone for this fight so badly. We're gonna win, and we were never really in danger of losing, but we're in a little bit of a tricky spot now. Odd Mushroom. When vulnerable, take 25% more damage rather than 50%. I mean, it might be worth it. Plus, it's a reference to Isaac. As a lot of items in this game are. Alright. We got some Angry Gremlins. Wow, you're really hitting hard. I think I'd rather kill one of you and take 10. I'd prefer not to take any, but unfortunately we're not given that choice, so... Really, this guy is going to be one of the biggest problems, but... Jeez, I'm looking at this now, and I'm like, can we live? I gotta kill you at some point, you know? I think we're gonna die right here. This is embarrassing. We're gonna live with 3 HP for now. This guy's he's ready to go now, though. Oh my lord. Just retire me, dude. Save and quit. No, abandon run. What a mess. Okay, so there's a 9-minute start to this episode. It's just a complete failure. We totally botched it there, I'll admit. I'm disheartened, to be honest. Let's go back. Talking to all my friends. Oh, I'm on Ascension Mode 100. I'm on Ascension Mode 300. Okay, well, I'm on Ascension Mode friggin' I suck. So, we're working on it, though. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. And then we don't even get to start with anything because of the fact that we bricked it up so badly right off the bat. I actually, and don't shoot the messenger, I think that one of the major reasons we lost there, apart from the mushroom decision, which will go down in textbooks for years to come as an example of what not to do, is we stupidly upgraded armaments instead of resting in a situation where it didn't really fit. So I think this might finally be the end of my honeymoon period with armaments, an item that I still think is very good, but I do also think I probably have overrated it for a long time. Hey, thank you, Elder Layden. I hope you're elder in the sense that you're like the older brother to someone, or the patriarch of a family, as opposed to some kind of... Because I feel like cults sometimes use the elder title. So I just hope it's more of the former than the latter. Although, if you're $5 is $5, so... There's always that. So far, okay, I'm in a groove. I got the algorithm running. Head out on the highway looking for adventure. And whatever comes my way. Now, I said I was overrating armaments. That doesn't mean it's bad. It still is going to be our first upgrade target, I think. I do still stand by removing a strike instead of a defend first, because we tend to add strikes faster than defense. So, I love it. I like it. I think... Hear me out. I'm going to go bludgeon. Now we don't need a second shop, but maybe... I would probably just leave, unless we get... We don't really want another armaments. Shrug it off is actually good. I could add that and feel good about it. I think. We might get to fight 2 elites depending on how this goes. But I like bludgeon because whenever we draw it... It's worth playing. This early, we're not going to do better than that. I was thinking, I was doing some like 4D chess. Like maybe we play armaments, apply it to bludgeon, have bludgeon go all the way around, and then we'll be a genius in 10 years when it actually works. But now when bludgeon shows up, there's no way we're ever going to do better than 32 damage for 3 energy. So we're going to take it on the chin a little bit, but there's no way we're ever going to do better than 32 damage for 3 energy. It hurts us because it makes us inflexible. You know, we can't block and then bludgeon, at least with 4 energy. So, admittedly, it's a slightly dangerous move, but it's also very good aggressively. And moreover, whenever we draw bludgeon, it doesn't mean we have to play it. We could just play the other 4 cards in our hand instead, maybe. Matrushka is actually okay, in my opinion. Maybe later we'll do a perfected strike. I'm going to try the aggressive path. I think we've got the resources to maybe make it work. Matrushka, I think, is an okay item for us because it's showing up so early. Yeah, we can do 11 to you next turn. Like, we're going to have a chest... Actually, after this elite, should we make it that far. And then we'll get 2 relics out of that chest, we'll get 2 relics out of the next chest. Matrushka is actually, like, no joke, one of my picks for worst relics in this whole friggin' game. Because if you get it at any point past the halfway mark of the 2nd floor, it's actually just bad. Or at least it's worse than... There's no real point in playing that, but it's worse than having just gotten a bad relic, because it probably is... It might give you 1 extra relic, but in and of itself is a relic. Like, it took up a spot. So, to justify its existence, you have to get it early. I think. That's my interpretation right now. I don't think we want any of these. We did overheal by like 2 in this fight. This guy, you gotta race him, and this is where bludgeon's just gonna be a lovely choice. Actually, not a bad start. Not a terrible start. He's hitting us for 14. That's cute. We could draw bludgeon again as soon as this turn. And remember, the whole point of this is that we're going to rest pretty soon after this, so... Please. We're at the point, I'm like, do we need to draw bludgeon? We don't, but we need like Twin Strike Pommel if we don't draw bludgeon. And we got it. Not too bad. Considering the aggressive, oh, so good. Considering the path that we took here, I'm pretty pleased with this. I actually like the idea of popping an Impervious in this deck, to be honest with you. So we get 2 relics here. Ancient Tea Set, whenever you Enter a rest site, start the next combat with 2 energy. And then blue candle, you can play a curse, which exhausts a card, so if we can get like Dead Branch again, we'd love to see it. And we do have to fight one more elite. We're not well equipped to fight the obelisks, which is what we're fighting. We didn't get what I wanted on turn 1, which is, since we have 5 energy, draw bludgeon. Oh well. You know what? Let's ignore our first debuff here. If I'm being honest with myself, I'm probably... Oh, there goes Shuriken. I love it. We're probably not likely to use our Ancient Potion positively. Oh, this doesn't block that debuff. Maybe, I don't know, it's a slightly different nomenclature, I guess. This is one where we look at this. We shouldn't have... Well, we might have some combat, but I could take off 8 damage just by doing this. So let's do that. And then these guys... I mean, we are ahead of the curve just by having been here. Like, we knocked one out. So our turn has made progress. We might have been able to be more efficient, but this might allow us to preserve more of our HP. And again, the fight should only get easier from this point onwards. You know, we've killed one, so the remainder shouldn't be too difficult. I'm going to take 3 damage. And I'm really just hitting you for 9. That's my game plan there. I would like to put you into bludgeon range. You're in bludgeon range, but I'd really like to... you know, it's the right call. Even if we take 8, to have this happen when you're fighting an elite is not that bad. Oh no, we might take 20 damage fighting our 3rd elite of the floor. I think it's an indication that this deck is working just fine. So we definitely want to go hard on these guys for the strength bonus and the damage output whenever they're not attacking. We probably need 2 attacks to win. And we got him. Yeah, that was actually really good. We're totally fine. Whenever your HP is below 50% at the end of combat, heal for 12. That's actually acceptable. You know what? Throw a Perfected Strike in here. We've removed a strike, which obviously in hindsight is not very smart, but there was no way for us to have known that in advance, so I don't feel too bad about it. Perfected Strike does 20 damage, so... Stand by it. So I'm just looking at this. Wait a minute. You're going to hit me for 13. We're going to go down to 40. 39, sorry. This is where we want to be on HP. So I'm very happy, actually, to be at 39 HP. It depends on the order that they go through these, but I hope that they're evaluated simultaneously. Because we could heal for 12 and then 6 is like the perfect scenario. You know what? Let's upgrade Bludgeon just for the memes. Don't weaken me. Give me a Bludgeon. Give me a Bludgeon. Give me that Bludgeon. They didn't give me Bludgeon. Well, I still, like... Well, actually, that would be stupid. I'll just kill you instead. We did. We got the 6 and the 12. So they are evaluated simultaneously, or near simultaneously. If we're going for a Perfected Strike build, every card that has Strike in its name is going to be a bonus for us. And that includes Perfected Strike itself. I'm going to let you hit me for 5, and I'm going to hope to get a Bludgeon next turn. I'm digging this deck. To get through the first floor with confidence is not rare in this game. So oh, wow. So I don't think we should necessarily be looking at this like, wow, this deck must be amazing. But I am kind of looking at it and going, it's pretty good. The puzzles from combat are very simple so far. Remember, we can play curses, so I think we should go for a relic. And we didn't even get the curse. Non-boss chests now also contain cards. I don't think that's very strong, but I've been wrong before. I'm gonna rest, and I kind of wish that I didn't, but I'm scared. This guy actually seems like he gets super hard countered by everything we output. I'm gonna let him... No, wait, because we rested, we have 5 energy. Let's put up some block. I love it. I love it. We got Shuriken to work. Took off 37 HP. He's gonna debuff us a little bit, who cares? It's a great opportunity to use our explosive potion as well. Alright, so Bludgeon, you just play it. No you don't. Because he's not doing anything this turn. Upgrade Bludgeon for the future. Smack him a bit. Might as well. Pass your turn. He's going to do a big attack next turn. We don't want to take him down to 70 and make him split. Him splitting at 70 is the worst possible outcome for us. Him splitting at 61 is very slightly better. We could have played the potion, but I actually feel like it's better to play the potion in this phase, because then you might think, well, if you do 10 damage, it hits 2 of them in the first phase. You're right. But if we do 10 damage to each of these guys and cause them to split, we actually did 10 damage to 4 units instead of doing it to... You get what I mean? Anyway, get smacked. I actually think here is where we pop it. Interrupts this guy, gets him to split. So we sort of hit 4 units there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could have actually hit 6, I guess. Anyway, oh no, I've gone cross-eyed. Bum, 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 bum. We're gonna win this fight easily. The deck has no identity yet, except for play attacks. Whenever Shuriken works, you're happy. And whenever you draw Clash, you're gonna destroy somebody's livelihood. But is that so wrong? 7-7. You're hitting us pretty hard. I probably could have gotten through, but I don't really care. You know, if you hit me for 15, who cares? We heal up to max at the end of this regardless. We probably should have upgraded in armaments at our campsite instead of resting, but again, it's hindsight. Well, I choose to take 12 in order to do 32 damage to 2 enemies. It's not really doing 32 to you'd be an 11 to 2 enemies, but you know, I'll cut me some slack here. Alright. Starting now, you are dead. And I will just make you vulnerable so you're definitely dead next time. We have a deck that doesn't synergize with Shuriken. We have too many expensive attacks to make Shuriken work. So we have to kind of choose a couple of things. The first thing is that okay? This'll work. The second thing is, if it isn't okay, which do we value more? Cheap attacks or strong attacks? And obviously, the longer a fight goes on, the more we should value cheap attacks. We don't have any strength gain. We don't really want to exhaust a curse. I guess we'll take feed, and if it works for us, great. We have an expensive deck. This is a good Snecko Eye opportunity, I think. Even though it throws the whole run into a tizzy, I think there's some value in Snecko Eye. I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, 10, 6. Sadly, like, our best damage dealer is still that 3 damage Perfected Strike. It's not bad we did 30 damage to the enemy and upgraded a card permanently. I'm looking for those 0 energy bludgeons, though. Oh my god. It's a very bad day to be you. So now we want strong attacks, because actually we can trigger Shuriken very, very easily by just playing our lowest cost attacks. It's not always going to work, probably, but it's going to work in enough situations to be interesting. So that was an easy fight. We want expensive cards, and we also want cards that have strike in the title. Remove a card, upgrade all strikes and defense. Well, we never want to remove a strike. We could afford to remove a defend, I think, and play a little bit more aggressively. But upgrading all strikes and defense doesn't strike me as bad. Removing a card from your deck. So I know that this is like, you need this for speedruns. Don't get me wrong. I kind of think we want to add in Barricade, because it costs 3. And after that, sure, just give me energy now and then. I know many people would have played that differently. Like rolling a super thin deck and then probably going for clashes, actually, by taking the Peace Pipe is plausible, but I gotta think about this. Certainly we play that. They're only doing 18 damage. Alright, we tried. I mean, we're only taking 5. We only did 4. But we did get kind of a bad draw as far as, like, our idea is concerned. As far as our ideal is concerned, I should say. And we like Barricade, but it's a little too expensive this turn. We do like a Twin Strike, for certain. Dude, you're kidding me, right? Like, in order to take 14 damage off the table, I have to not play Impervious. This carries over 4 block. Come on, where's my 0 energy bludgeons, or my 2 energy bludgeons, you know? If you steal my bludgeon. Here we go. It's 3 energy, but, you know, I can't be mad. That's fair. So, I want to take 14 damage off the table. Get bludgeoned. Get struck. Of the thunder variety. There's shrug it off. Get struck again, Monfrere. I got some bad news for you. Armaments. Bludgeon. You gotta love killing one of those birds while it's still flying. That doesn't happen too often. I get 1 more strength. That's how these birds sound in my head. I have no respect for them. Well, you actually get interrupted. I'm sorry to tell you that. I think I just hit you with the Perfecto. Go ahead, hit me for 3. Just kidding. So now if we can play Barricade before we play Impervious, on basic minion fights, that might be as much block as we ever need. Well, I am actually bad. I didn't even do the math because I was so sure that we had them. I think we skip them because we just don't. We don't want to take a 1 energy card. I don't even know. Like Blood for Blood is a 4 energy card, but you never play it for 4. You always end up playing it for like usually 1, sometimes, oftentimes 0. Well, I actually think we Armaments Bash because it's so cheap we can't not play it. And then you gotta play Bludgeon. It does, if you play Twin Strike, you get extra strength. But Bludgeon is just so much damage, especially while this guy's vulnerable. Yeah, it's 48 damage. We would love to have Ice Cream to just smooth our curve out a little bit, but, you know, that's a big ask. We can't just say, give me Ice Cream, you know? What are we, like 8 years old? So we do like this, like Barricade and then Impervious. Literally is 18 block followed by 12 block at the bare minimum. So sure, hit me for 18. And it carries forward, like Barricade is a perfect, it's a long-term project, so we're happy with it as is. I love this, like you shrug it off, absolutely. You get a 0 energy bludgeon, which you don't even want to play first, as weird as it sounds, because you want to strike him 3 times first for 1, and then you get the strength bonus, and then you hit him again, and look at that. So he's going to hit us for 1 damage. This is a really good fight against an elite. Yeah, Snecko Eye was absolutely the right choice, in my opinion so far. Kind of a bummer, but I think we got him killed anyway, so actually not a bummer at all. Mercury Hourglass. Deal 3 damage to all enemies at the start of your turn. It's not immediately useful. I think we skip. Fiendfire, I have no doubts that it can work. I don't think it works for us right now. Mercury Hourglass, by the way, like I don't dislike it, but it's a little too slow. My 2 cents. Well, I'm gonna hit you for... The thing is, if I hit you with this, I think we might pop the energy potion. I'm gonna hit you with this because it activates Shuriken. No, it doesn't. Okay, well, I'm definitely gonna do this then. And then I'll throw a pommel in here to kill you and activate Shuriken. And we didn't get anything that I would have wanted, but so be it. It's not a bad use of an energy potion, I think. Because it also saves us energy on this turn that we would have used to kill this guy. 21 damage, huh? Well, Impervious is free. We'll throw Shrug It Off in here and see if we can get Barricade. We didn't, but we don't actually want to play this because it's just going to make our deck more full of garbage. We get Armaments Bash, but I think I'd rather just Perfected Strike. Strike. So I think we have a Bludgeon. We already played Bludgeon, I guess. Well. 3 damage. It's still a better 3 damage play. We can't put up any block. So it'll be like 3, 1, feed, and at least we get the strength, but we don't need the strength, but there's no other options because our deck is full of dazed garbage as a result of the Hex. This guy's definitely going to die, but took a little bit more heat than I would have liked. Flame Barrier, absolutely. Double your current block could work for us as well, but can't guarantee it. We might not fight any more elites after this, but we're in a strong position right now, and I think we're in a very strong position because Mercury Hourglass is actually like good against these guys. So immediately I'm happy with that. Then we look at this and we go, okay, how do we get out of this? It does 10 damage to an enemy. That's a small bummer. I'm gonna hit you. You're dead next turn. We might as well play a defend. I guess we might as well play a shrug it off. You could always draw something that costs 0. And we'll save our bludgeons, in all likelihood, for the Gremlin Leader. Try as I might, I can't get over the value of a 1 energy barricade. That's just a beautiful situation right there. Yeah, this run is looking very good. Snecko Eye and expensive cards that hit very hard. It turns out it's like it's a pretty strong combination. I think you have to run the math on this one. You look at it and you go, you know, we should probably just play it slow. Like, kill you. Kill you. You're doing 27 damage. I should have rethought this. Because I definitely could have played Impervious, especially with barricades, but I mean, I'll still bludgeon you. I'm just gonna get hit like a freight train after this. We should have played Impervious and played it a little more slowly. Mind you, keep in mind if we go below 50% HP, we have meat on the bone anyway, but am I gonna bash? I'll probably bash. You're still like kind of a long way away from death. So the further away from death you are, the closer you are to harm. You ever hear that expression? The closer you are to danger, the further you are from harm. Doesn't really make any sense, does it? I mean, I get it, but it doesn't make any sense. You're hitting for 15 plus 27. That's too much. Well, we could easily, like... Doesn't work on minions, right? Yeah. I mean, it's just like... Ruka, you bad boy. Like, I could easily kill you. There's no problem there. We're still taking 10 damage in the process, though, and this... I almost called him a really bad word. I almost called him some words that start with M and F. But he's not an MF just because of the way he approaches this situation. You know, he's just trying to survive. I understand. If anybody's an MF, it's me. For not killing him a little bit faster. And not respecting Impervious when I should have, when I had the chance. Mind you, he's dead now. Roka. Yeah, they're all dead. Thank you. Whenever you lose HP in combat, gain 3 block next turn. I think that can work just fine. I think, I mean, we kind of like Metallicize with Barricade, but Uppercut is a great fit for us as well, I think. And Regal Pillow, heal an additional 15 HP when you rest. Every 3 times you shuffle your deck, gain energy. It's possible that, like, Body Slam or Iron Wave could be appropriate, especially Iron Wave if it's 0 is good. But I don't want to be in the business of taking 1 energy cards. I am gonna fight another enemy here because I think we're strong. I would like to take advantage of that while we can. So we could do Barricade, but if we play like Barricade, we can't play Impervious with it, which is really the central draw, unfortunately. So we'll play a 0 energy Flame Barrier, which is nice, and this guy's poisoned as is, and then we weaken him, make him vulnerable, and we'll strike, and we'll probably shrug at it. Oh no, we don't have the energy anymore. Disregard. I'm a little cheesed that we can't seem to get the Shuriken on the regular, but we are genuinely trying. I mean, I don't know what we can do about it, because we can't fill our deck with cheap garbage, because it'll just come back to bite us in the butt. Anyway, get smacked. Definitely get smacked. Continue to get smacked. Thank you, Shuriken. I think I'm just gonna smack you. You're dead next turn. We take damage in the process, but it's either that or we play armaments. And, like, who cares, right? So we do roll over a lot of block thanks to self-forming clay. And, I mean, a 3 energy bludgeon still gets the job done. Bottled lightning. Choose a skill at the start of each combat. This card will be in your hand. We should have picked up our card first. It's either Flame Barrier or Impervious. And I chose Flame Barrier. I'm going to try Sever Soul. My heart kind of said Spot Weakness again, but... Bag of Preparations. Start by drawing 2 extra cards. In general, I'm giving you the axiom that I'm using to choose, like, everything that I take. I'm not even going to remove a card. I like the deck right now. My central premise for, like, choosing what to roll in this deck is it expensive? And if it's more expensive than 1, I'm probably going to take it. So I thought, why not rest and then fight these guys again? Dude, I kind of love this. Like, Barricade, Impervious is 15 block next turn, no damage this turn, obviously. And then I look at it and I'm like, okay, who do we hit? We have 3. We might as well kill you. We might as well kill you. And then we roll over 30 block. Most of the time that'd be bad, but it's great for us because of Barricade and Impervious. So in a lot of situations, that's probably not going to work out as well as it did right there. But, I mean, when it does, we're going to love it. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to hit you. And then we have a choice between Bludgeon and Perfected Strike. And, I mean, even though it leaves 1 energy, that's the right choice because of our weird Snecko Eye universe. So this is going much better than the last time. We still got 30 block. We will take damage this turn. It's like there's almost a play there, but it just seems so much better to be like, well, we should run the math, actually. I can only strike you once after, so you're definitely not going to die. Disregard that. Yeah, we'll just get rid of the riffraff. We are going to take 2 damage. But when you hit me, you're going to take 3, and then you're going to die on the next turn anyway. Although we were weakened, which is a real bummer. Ah, that's right. Self-forming clay will roll some over. Ah, he had blocks. He had block? Why isn't he dead? Anyway. Try that. I really want to hit this guy. Like, I don't really care about our HP. Just get him. We've played 1 attack, so let's just hit this guy for damage. I did think about playing Pommel Strike and being very clever, and maybe we draw a 0 energy card, but it's a little too, it's too precious. Kind of like a Bash Sever Soul. Yeah, that's why I kind of like that. So we'll heal to max. Oh, Gremlin Horn is so good. Certainly we want a Smith here. Couple of different options. You could upgrade a Perfected Strike. You could upgrade a Barricade. Although we don't really want to make anything cost cheaper. It doesn't make any sense. We just want to make things better. So this is a target. That's a target. That's a target. Obviously, you know, we'd always like the extra damage. I think my number 1 target would actually be Armaments Plus, because we still don't have like an Apotheosis or anything, so this makes this card very playable if it costs 1 or less. We're fighting the Collector. You gotta love it. So we start with Barricade. We'll definitely play that. We don't need to play Impervious. We'll see how the rest of the hand goes, because I think we want to definitely play Bash. Perfected Strike costs 0. We probably want to play 1 more attack. I don't think we want to play Sever Soul, because it just gets rid of too many good cards. We will draw, because it rolls over anyway. And then we'll hit you for another 32, and we get the strength bonus. It's a good turn. We don't want to exhaust Impervious. We might need that at some point. Now, keep in mind you have Gremlin Horn, so you should be looking at that to get you some free energy. Or free real estate, for that matter. I do like an Armaments play. I just don't know if I'd rather, like, get the energy back. This will definitely get a kill. Okay, so start with Armaments. and then kill this guy. Gremlin Horn just works. Okay. I'll strike you. You're gonna live, but you're gonna die next turn. Oh! This cat just burped. Do not throw up on my keyboard. First off, I want you to be healthy. Secondly, I don't want you to throw up on my keyboard. Hello. Why do you only show up for Slay the Spire runs when I'm winning, Ruka? That's a joke. Alright. Try that. 0 energy. I'd rather hit you with this, so then I can apply the weakness there. And then, I mean, out of these, we do have Barricade. So we could play Flame Barrier, but there's kind of no point. We're easily going to win this fight, by the way. I don't know how the whole run's going to go, but this fight as is right now is very nice. Okay, you win, Ruka. I'll move the glass here, and you can lay... You can't lay down there, though, buddy, even though you're my son. You have to get in there. Okay. Well, literally pays for itself. We could probably think about that more, but in my opinion, there's no reason. We'll play that. Hit you hard. Get a little strength bonus. We got a nice deck here. It's a deck that's functional. It's working. It's paying the bills with defragging skills. Got me 100 gigabytes of RAM. I never feed trolls and I don't read spam. Install the T1 line in my house. I'm always at my PC, double-clicking on my Mizhouse. Upgrade my system at least twice a day. I'm strictly plug and play. I ain't afraid of Y2K. I'm down with Bill Gates. I call him money for short. I phone him up at home and I make him do my tech support. It's all about the Pentiums. Never forget that. I think I'm just going to slowly murder you. And by slowly, I mean I'm going to take 1 damage and you're going to die next turn. Guaranteed. Almost guaranteed. Quite literally guaranteed. Alright, you gotta love this deck right now. This deck's got every capability and ability of making it move forward. Feed, I think I like a second Impervious, especially with Barricade. We almost never use potions, so the extra energy would be a guaranteed bonus. I think it's a little too late for the Black Star to be so good. It's like a top tier relic if you get it from the first boss. It's still good. I just don't think it's as good. Oh, I love starting with Impervious, man. Like, how can you not like Barricade Impervious, and then every future turn is just you crapping on these enemies? Like, this guy should go before he can mess up our deck. He's not quite there. We did still get the strength bonus. He's going to die next turn. Now, remember, with Sozu, we can no longer use potions. So that Dex potion is orphaned, but it's not so bad. 6 energy this turn, huh? I'd really prefer to wipe out the Thorn Lord. Especially considering we're going to get... Oh, that didn't kill him! Especially considering we're going to get energy and a card draw back from him. And we got super lucky to get that. Somehow we're going to take no... Oh, we should have played the other defend with Barricade. That was a genuine misplay. But we're not taking any damage here. What are you doing? You're getting stronger? I was just going to say, it'd be a really nice turn to play Impervious. And it's hard to argue with it when it's the low, low price of genuinely free. I think we can get away with a second Armaments Plus. It's a cheap card, but still. Whenever you obtain an attack card, it's upgraded. This is so much better than previous. But, you know what? We're not gonna... It's like 6 upgrades. It's still good, but it's... Previously, it was like, choose an attack and it's upgraded, or like 2 random attacks are upgraded. Give me the toolbox, man. I'm very for that. We're definitely not going to add a flex to this deck because, it goes from 0 to maybe not 0. I honestly think... Well, we don't dislike Madness. If we had any HP to heal, it might be worth it, but... It's just like... Madness is not necessarily good for us. No barricade. What is this? Our first turn. So we played a bunch of zero-cost cards. We don't need to play a zero-cost Impervious if there's no benefit for us. We should probably start with an Armaments. Bash is now 0. Well, gotta be honest. Kind of look at this. I'm just trying to get to enough attacks here, but I kind of look at this and go, it's free because of Gremlin Horn. We did spend too much energy to enable it, but it's not bad. It might not have been optimal because we left our fate in the hands of card draw, the card lords, but certainly I don't think it was bad. Similarly, start there. You could play Armaments here. I kind of like it. Bludgeon comes back around, so I'm like... Even though it's so much more damage against you. Did this just kill you? No, it's only going to do 12. Dude, I hate to say it, but even though it's inefficient, I think that's the right play. I don't really care about feed, honestly. I don't think we're going to get feed to work for us the way we normally do. Nor do I think we need to in order to sustain our win conditions for this deck. So we're already taking no damage on this turn, probably. It works. It does give you the energy refund. Not as much as I'd like. And then you. We can only do... Well, we could fit in 2 more attacks. But I kind of like the idea of doing Clothesline. It gives us the Shuriken bonus, and it weakens you, so we roll over more block. We're in a very envious position, or, sorry, enviable position on this run, to be honest. Because the position we're in right now is, like, there's so many lines that are good on our turns. There's probably... I might be making wrong decisions from time to time, and I'll give you that, no doubt. But... there's so many, like, right decisions that we can make. Again, I don't think we need any of that. Although it did have Strike in its name. But this isn't really a perfected Strike deck. This is like a Snecko Eye deck. It is taking control. Impervious costing 3 is extremely annoying, but... probably we will play Barricade, and then Armaments, and then Finesse, and all of a sudden, okay, we're at enough block. And then you definitely will play this other defend along with... I mean, for 3, you don't play it. I guess that's what it comes down to. The rest of our cards are not that good, though. Yeah, I mean... that's it. That's just horrible. Just bad draw. Either way, we get 13 block next turn. For free. But next turn, there's going to be a lot of attacks coming. Well... not a ton, but there's some. Alright, what's that? Free Shrug it off. Absolutely. Absolutely. Madness for 3. Are you crazy? Bludgeon for 2. I like it. Then you honestly... you follow it up with this. My whole game plan, and by doing that instead of playing Perfected Strike, gotta think about you for the future. We can still do it this turn, but we gotta be careful. Was the idea that somehow we could have gotten energy back and then played a Perfected Strike on an enemy for whom it would have mattered more, but might have overthought it. Wouldn't be the first time. Being frail against the Spirit Guardian is pretty bad. But it's not all negative. Because you look at this, you just... no, because we're frail, we kind of hate Impervious a little bit. Hate is a strong word, but... what about, like, a Bludgeon? And then a Feed. Follow that up with a Flame Barrier just for now. Still gonna get hurt, but it's not too bad. Now we're only dealing with a single enemy, so it's not nearly as annoying as it otherwise would be. And he's only hitting us for 11. Average draw puts us in an okay spot. This is actually probably above average draw, because immediately we like that. Okay, we're taking no damage, and some of this is getting rolled over. We'll uppercut you, purge a couple debuffs, shrug it off, because it's good value. Play this. Sever Soul, we could dump a defend to do a decent amount of damage and get our strength up. I love it. You're done. You actually can't stop us now. We've gotten over the top of the mountain. It's all like, you know, we've taken the ski lift off. The ski lift up? The ski lift up. And from this point onwards, you know, the world's our oyster, man. Oh, you've never heard of Oysterman? We had to fight an elite. I just hope it's not this guy. Who it is. Well, no barricades. We don't play Impervious. We do play Bludgeon, which is a really nice first turn. And Dramatic Entrance is nice. And then we look at the rest of our cards and we just go for maximum damage, which will be Perfected Strike, which gives us the Shuriken. And then we just hit him with a regular strike. And the reason we do that is because Sever Soul... Again, we don't have Barricade, so Impervious is a waste. But Sever Soul is going to get rid of 2 Imperviouses and a Defend. And maybe some more. I wasn't really paying attention to what else was left in the deck. So this turn, we want to put up Block to an extreme degree. Barricade. Shrug it off. At this point, he's not hitting us too hard. You do still want to hit him a little. I can't... This is 1 block next turn, not a lot. This might be better to weaken him. We'll still probably take 1 damage, but then it'll roll over 3. Yeah, we take 1 damage, it'll roll over 3 damage for the next turn. It'll roll over 3 block, I should say, thanks to self-forming clay. Actually, I feel like we're not in a bad spot. He's hitting us for 30, which is obviously just horrible, but remain weak. Thank you. We'll start with a shrug, which is our most efficient block right now. And I think then you just put that on there, and you probably pass the turn after that. We're going to take 7, roll over 3 block for the next turn. We didn't get as many strength upgrades as I was hoping for. That's what, this guy is like the worst. I just hate fighting him, but we can get around it. So we do have Barricade now, but it's the wrong turn to play Impervious still, unless we can play it for free, which we can't. So, get bashed for 1, get struck, get perfected struck, he's dead. Okay, that was actually not bad. Negate the next 2 curses you obtain. Dude, Body Slam like Barricade would work if we weren't rolling Snekowai. It could still work, but I think it probably wouldn't. And honestly, I think 1 Sever Soul is enough, or maybe even more than enough. We're opting to not play it in a lot of situations here. Remove a card. We can pull a basic defend out of this deck. Impervious once every like 3 times we go around the horn is way better anyway. Now, what do you like? Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of like an upgraded Pommel to give us 2 card draw. Much better chance of drawing into a... Ooh, Red Skull can be okay. Whenever you gain block, deal 3 damage to a random enemy. Again, we'll take a power, especially if it costs almost nothing. I'm actually gonna rest, because I might fight this elite up here. We'll see how things look after this fight. Impervious for 2 is not bad. So I think we'll start with Mind Blast. Pommel gives you 2 card draws, so I almost want to go like this. And then I'll tell you what, we'll do a Pommel after that, because then we get the Strength bonus, which will benefit us a lot on Shuriken. But we'll probably start with Uppercut then to make you vulnerable, so that Perfected Strike is just like disgusting. And we've still got 3 energy left. Twin Strike you, that's our 2nd strength bonus, and I don't know, we could cycle, but it could be good, could be bad. I think I'd rather just pass. It's a really good first turn. Plus 2 strength, hit him for 127. You know, it's all fun and games. Pretty simple turn. So you like Armaments, Barricade, Impervious, Madness, and then whatever attack they give you. So we're gonna get for -3. And he's not doing anything this turn. Don't love a bludgeon in this situation, but... I'm gonna not play Sever Soul. Defense has been our friend on this run, and beyond just being our friend, I don't want to get rid of cards that I like. 16. Well, I have no defense at the present moment. This can't backfire. Yeah, it only gives us something for nothing. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you. Shuriken works. I'm gonna hit you again. You're gonna hit me. You're not gonna hit me for much. This guy's super done. I think we probably will choose to fight the elite. The thing is that it tricks you. Like, you look at it and you go, oh, it's good. And it is. It's not good, actually. It's great, but it's not great for us right now. Okay, Headman. We got pretty good burst damage, so this is not necessarily too dangerous for us. No Barricade. We'll play Sadistic Nature for free. It's kind of a bad turn. I think, I'll tell you what, throw Juggernaut on here because it's some kind of persistent bonus for the future. Then Flame Barrier does something for you. Then you throw Madness in here, but Madness exhausts itself. So yeah, I don't want to use anything else. I know this is a horrible first turn, but we don't want to use anything else because they have exhaust associated with them, and they're just substantially more useful for something later than dealing 3 damage to this guy, as much as it pains me to admit. So we'll try that. We only have 5 energy. We could do 1-2-2, but that means we can't play Bludgeon, but it gives us a permanent strength bonus, which I think is substantially better. So I don't love it, rest assured. But for the benefit of getting 1 strength on all future turns to not play Bludgeon, I think it's probably worth it. And with Self-Forming Clay, we're not in a bad spot here. He is going to debuff us. He's going to debuff us and make us weak, which is horrible. But, tell you what, hit him with the Bash, then a Bludgeon for certain. Gotta think about it. We probably do want Barricade, Shrug it off. Didn't work, but it skipped out on getting the strength bonus, which is a bummer. But having Barricade for the future is going to be nice. You know, starting pretty soon, this guy hits like a freaking truck. And we're weak now, so we're hoping for these 0-cost cards. Certainly, give him that. I think you're going to hit him with the Pommel first. Then you're going to hit him with Perfected, get the strength bonus, then you're going to hit him with Perfected again. That was a really good turn. We're probably going to have to weather the storm of a few of his strong attacks because he's only half dead. 30 damage, it's not that bad. Genuinely. Give him a strike? Certainly, actually, we should... Yeah, hit him with the clothesline. It's going to pay for itself eventually. Then hit him with the bludgeon. That's a really good turn. We still got 3 energy remaining. You play Twin Strike. Then you play Madness, and whatever it gives you, you're happy. We get hit for 11. We roll over 3 block for our next turn. He's probably not going to be dead, but he's not going to be too far off. He's hitting us for 26. That's no joke, but a single Impervious stops a lot of that. Probably start with your 0-cost cards. So we actually fed on the Elite, which is hilarious. Hair gives you max HP. Definitely, the more Impervious, the merrier, dude. Like, it totally works. This is your ideal first turn, except our energy is bad. Oh, man. Oh, what a turn. So we got a lot of, like, 0-cost stuff. If we can kill an enemy for 0, we can actually get enough to play Barricade and Impervious, which is sort of hilarious. It's 32 damage. We can get there. Like... So now we get the Gremlin Horn refund. We get 1 energy back. What a stupid situation. Barricade Impervious. Now, it might have benefited us to be more aggressive, but it's... I mean, to roll 20 block into our next turns, I'm extremely pleased. Especially considering we played those things at essentially their market costs, which is kind of... It's unlikely, let's put it that way. So Shrug It Off is free. You'd probably throw down Impervious for free, or sorry, for 1 on this turn, and then you'd start the hit. If we can only do 2 attacks, we might as well do an Armaments to upgrade everything and then Perfected Strike you. Why you? Because you don't have anything being absorbed by the block. So we're, again, it looks slow, but it doesn't matter, because we're going to have 44 block against 3 enemies that hit for like a maximum of 16 each. If they all attack, we would take 4 damage, which is unlikely to happen. Has happened, but is unlikely to happen. So let's Gremlin. I'll tell you what, with Gremlin up a little bit more, this guy should have no chance, if we're being honest. Like, yeah. Beautiful. Just a beautiful situation. I kind of like Inflame. But, again, if it ends up being expensive you're unhappy with it, right? So let's start with thinking ahead. And honestly, we're just going to put what we just had on top because it's too expensive to use. We'll play Madness. Madness gave us a free Sever Soul, but I don't think that's particularly good. That being said, it's extremely tempting because it costs 0 and gives us a free Gremlin Horn. So, I mean, we might actually try it even though we lose an Impervious and a Flame Strike. Like, it doesn't give me any pleasure, I'll tell you that much, but it might kickstart one heck of a combo. So, I'll tell you what, we'll start with the card draw. Barricade for 1 is pretty good, but we did just get rid of, like, all of our block enablers. I think we just go on him. Like, I think we just try to take him out. Either way, we're going to rest before the boss because no one upgraded card is worth 9 HP for the final boss, in my opinion. I mean, you should just be dead, right? Like, that's wonderful. Is any card worth 3 HP for the final boss? Maybe? Like, surely there's got to be a... Let's just upgrade Uppercut so it's stronger, but like... Anything with extra buffs on it, I'm gonna take advantage of here. But yeah, okay, you got me. There are situations in which you probably don't want to rest before the final turn. Well, we'll play Juggernaut for free. If we get Barricade, we'll definitely play Impervious, but this is essentially draw a card. We could play something first, but I think I'd rather just draw immediately. So we drew Defend, which is really bad for 3, but so I think we're gonna probably take 22. With 8 energy, I will play an Armaments. And then I would look at this. I guess I would be like Twin Strike. We got to go on somebody here. Ah, there we go. So we got Gremlin Horn working for us. Drew another high energy card that's just too expensive to work. You know, we should play an Impervious on this turn. Why take 22 damage? It kind of kills me. Kind of kills me to do it. Not like literally. It just annoys me. At least we got our strength upgrade, and I figured just weaken this guy. I know he should have done it in reverse, but I'd rather this guy be vulnerable. Sure, hey, okay, my new philosophy, why take any damage if we don't have to? Like, 22 is, it would have been 17, but now it's 0. Alright, so we like this a little bit more. A Bludgeon kills you for free. Well, it gives us the HP back, I should say. You probably do this on this turn. We know that at some point we want to have Barricade and Impervious work. We know that we want Barricade and Impervious to... They benefit from being activated as early as possible. So this, it just goes to say, is probably the right call to do it right now. Sure. You're hitting for 28. No joke, but not too bad. Alright, so we're going to take 14 damage. And we're going to roll 6 block over to our next turn. Still feeling really good. Well, you're still vulnerable, so we'll start there. And we'll Perfected Strike you. Kind of like the idea of drawing a card for 1. Which actually gave us way more energy than I expected because we had a Sundial play there too. Madness is now free, which has made Strike free. Guess I'll bash ya. And I'll follow it up with a Shrug It Off, but somehow that turn worked out for us. We're looking very strong. He's hitting for 28 again. This is his good turn. You know I'm looking at this like... Oh, yeah. I'm looking at this like we got you. You know what? We should have played all of our defends because they roll over. Instead, we saved a bunch of energy for no reason. Yeah, that's actually, like... I hope that doesn't end the run. It shouldn't. But in theory, theoretically, you know, it could is the thing. But, alright. We'll probably end up playing Sever Soul for 0, because it's almost a race right now. If we're gonna do that, we might as well play Shrug It Off first. Then it exhausts a single defend. We get a hit, but, I mean, we hit him for like over 100. And he's only hitting us for 22 this turn, which is little. Not zero, but little. So it's a bash. Oh, this is so good. It's an uppercut. I'd almost rather feed so that our bludgeon gets stronger. And then, I mean, straight up I look at it and I go, just put the flame barrier on it. You know, let him hit you for 1 and take 4 damage himself. Now he's only dealing 16. That's nothing. Why do we only have 3 energy? How do we have 3 out of 4? Am I wrong? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, we won. But at the same time, I'm like, 3 out of 4? You deal 688 damage. That's pretty good. Hey, after a little bit of a rocky start, we made it through there. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.